All right, let's face it, homicides really dominated the headlines in 2019, and Charlotte families are being ripped apart by violent crimes. More than 100 people were murdered in the city just last year, and that has impacted an impact on family and friends of the victims as well as the suspects.
Forever. City leaders are now committed to stopping that violent crime, and they believe something as simple as a caring mentor can help lead local students down the right path. Anchor Brittany Johnson learned how you can help your own community.
Well, here at WSOC, mentoring matters. We are committed to serving our community through mentorship, and in just 2 days, the city of Charlotte is going to shine a bright light on mentors across our community. I have here Tiffany Johnson and Dion Wimbush, both with the Mayor's Mentoring Alliance. And Tiffany, you've been working hard on putting together an event, an awards event. Yes. Talk to us about the work that you all do highlighting mentors in our community.
Well, yes, we're super excited. The award ceremony is on Thursday, January 16, 2020. So this year we're going to be highlighting people who give so much of themselves. They give selflessly each and every day, and this is our way of saying we see you, we value you, and just to congratulate them on everything that they've done.
Very cool. Well, note here, I had an opportunity to MC the event last year. I'll get to do the same. Very excited. It's very inspiring because you get a look at the just different levels of mentorship and levels of commitment. Talk to us about the ways that you all see people serving.
So we see people serving in multiple facets. So this year we have plenty of categories like Mentor of the Year, Peer Mentor of the Year, which is special because most of the time when people see mentoring or think of mentoring, they think of an adult mentoring someone young. But honestly, you can learn from anyone around you. So being able to learn from your peer, take those skills and apply them is very important. So we're just very excited to highlight people.
Yeah, it is. The energy of the event, you know, it's really, really touching to see both the mentees and the mentors there. Dion, you do a lot of mentoring yourself. You also work with CMPD's community engagement. For people at home, you know, a lot of people think maybe of mentorship is kind of personal. It's between me and my mentee, but the work that you do shows how it can affect the entire city to have people engaged at that level.
Absolutely. You know, so many times people come to CMPD and say, what are we going to do about the homicide rate? What are we going to do about the violence in the city? Not recognizing that CMPD are first responders. So something has already happened before we even get called out. And so a lot of the work that the mentors do is more the upstream work, the prevention type work. And so I have the opportunity to go into schools, both middle and high schools, work with the same group of kids over the course of the year, and this is my 3rd year doing that. And to hear, you know, some of the things that young people are dealing with, you know, the underlying theme of most of the issues is anger. And so obviously if anger gets suppressed, it's nothing to, you know, pull a gun and shoot someone or take it out in a way that's not necessarily positive. And so we try to reinforce positive ways to deal with stress and anger.
How do you do that when you go in for a session? What does a typical session look like when you visit?
Really the goal is just to create a safe space. You know, so many of these young people don't have an outlet, a safe outlet to go to for trusted leadership and for wisdom. And so obviously they turn to a lot of their peers, which, you know, if you're 13, 14 years old and you're turning to your peers for guidance, you know, there's not a lot of insight they can give you. And so for us to be able to go into schools and create a safe space where the young men feel comfortable sharing, I mean, it gets deep. You know, just this past Monday, we had a group and one of the young men shared that over the holiday break, you know, he had an opportunity to get in touch with his father who he hadn't talked to in years. Wow. And his dad wants him to come now and move with him. And he had a little resentment and a little, you know, trepidation and trying to figure out, okay, what should I do? And so for him to even feel safe enough to share that in a group setting was powerful. And so that's our intention.
So you see the youth really being impacted by this. What about the mentors? How do you see mentors like yourself benefiting from this investment?
It's absolutely transformative. I mean, it really is a mutually beneficial relationship. And I've gotten so much of it out of it, you know what I mean? Sure. Of course, I was fortunate enough to come up in a situation where I had both parents in the household, right? But we know that all young people don't have that. And so to hear, you know, of their stories, not only does it make me appreciative of where I've come from and how I've grown up, but also it reinvigorates me to even want to give back and do more.
Well, this is an example of the kind of stories that we hear at the event. You've got the Mayor's Mentoring Alliance Award Ceremony. It's on Thursday. You're going to have people who are going to be honored. Someone's going to be honored as Mentor of the Year. Yes. All right. Well, Tiffany, Dion, thank you all so much for the work that you do and for coming to share it with us. We'll be updating everyone on who takes home Mentor of the Year when we follow up on the event on Thursday.
It's such a great way to be a positive influence. You can learn more about the Mayor's Mentoring Alliance programs by going to WSOCTV.com. Click on the Community tab at the top of the homepage, and when you get to the Community page, scroll down to the Mentoring Matters section.